Welcome to today's video, guys. Remember to like and subscribe before we get into this one.
So today I didn't really fancy training earlier, but Sam wanted to get one in, so I took her through a little leg and bum routine. So we started with jump squats, moved into lunges after that. When we finished the lunges, Sam went into glute bridges, which obviously is targeting the glutes, followed by some donkey kicks, and to finish up we did bulldogs. She did 3 rounds of 45 seconds on each of them with a 15-second rest in between sets and a minute rest between exercises.
I know. So the topic today is don't be a COVID-idiot. And I go through 9 things which I'm doing and which I'd highly recommend for you to do whilst you're in quarantine, lockdown or isolation. So number 1 is make sure you're using your exercise time wisely, or your daily allowance of going out of the house. I know around the world it's usually about an hour for people that they're allowed to be out and about. For me, in that hour, as you've seen there, I like to go for a walk. I've got Bondi Beach, about a 15-minute walk away from me, so I do a little bit of the coastal walk round to Tamarama. One, it's nice to get out of the house, get some fresh air, get moving. But 2, also, I think walking, it clears your mind a bit. You can have a chat or a natter with the one other person you're allowed to be around, if they're in your household. In Australia, we're allowed 2 people out at once unless you're from the same house. So if I'm going out, I might go out with Sam and have a chat with her, or even just clear my head and have a little bit of thinking time. But I definitely recommend to, in that hour, just walk or have a jog. I wouldn't say do, like, obviously I post a lot of workouts on my Instagram, which the handle I'll put in the description box if you want to check that out. But what I would say is don't do your workouts during that hour of time you're allowed outside of your house, because you can do it inside your house. And if you can see different things, I'm very lucky, as I say, like I live down the road from the beaches and stuff, which I can utilise now that I'm in Australia. I think if I was back home, I'd probably be going for a walk over like a country park, South Weald or something like that. So yeah, definitely utilise your time that you're allowed out of the house wisely is definitely my first tip. So tip number 2, this one applies to me a bit in the past as well. I'm always someone, I've got ideas all the time. I want to be doing this. If I had extra time, I'd be learning X, Y and Z, like new languages, or how to do handstands, how to get better at cooking. But I always say my excuse is always, I don't have the time. I've never got the time to do these things. But if I did have the time, the classic one I say to myself is, if I was absolutely minted, then I'd learn every instrument, every language, blah, 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 because I'd have the time to do it. Whereas now, everyone's in isolation and you've got time. So whatever it is that you have been thinking about, if you have been thinking about things, now's the time to make a start on it. If it goes tits up, then you can go back to your normal life after Corona's done. But why not make a start at something that you actually care about and you're passionate about? Obviously, I started really pushing my fitness side of things at the start of 2020. But whilst being in isolation, it's made me think, right, okay, this is the angle and the direction that I want to take this more. And then I've just put a start on it. And I think that is one of the hardest things to do as well. Make a start on a project that you are interested in, because you always worry about what other people will think. He's doing something different, he's jumping on a bandwagon, all these things. But at the end of the day, who gives a fuck if you're at the end of it, it's all worth it. If you put the effort in and you're consistent, then you can literally do anything. So yeah, just literally, whether it be cooking or a business idea that you've had, just make a start with it. You've got the time, so invest that into yourself. Number 3 for me is stay in touch with people. I think, obviously I live in Australia, I am from the UK, but I'd say, oh, that was a bit loud and annoying. I'd say I don't really keep in touch with my family as much as I should. I probably speak to my parents once a week, and my wider family about, well, my grandparents maybe like once every other week. But now, obviously, being so far away, they are really worried about me, and I wouldn't say I'm worried about them in the sense of, I know that they're just stuck at home, but it's a good time to just get in contact with them more, see how things are going. I mean, the conversations are pretty repetitive because no one's doing a lot, but it's definitely made me feel a lot better being in touch with them more, and that wouldn't have happened without Corona going on. So I'd definitely say stay in touch with friends and family as much as you can. Just because you're in isolation, you can't actually see them. Like, we're very lucky now, we live in an age where you can literally pick up a phone and FaceTime anyone in the world. So anyone, anywhere in the world. So yeah, stay in touch with people is number 3. The next one is similar to number 2, but different also. I think development is my 4th one. Try and develop yourself in whatever way you can, whether that be getting fitter. My thing at the moment is industry knowledge. I don't think you're never ever going to be the smartest person in the world or the most clued up, so everyone always has the opportunity to learn, and I think now's a good time. So whatever industry you're in, or whatever you care about, like, read up on it. I'm listening to loads of audio books at the moment that are in the fitness industry. I really like James Smith stuff because he's more about actual fitness and health rather than the physical appearance of what is perceived as the right way to look in fitness and health. So yeah, really into his stuff at the moment. Also doing a lot of watching of YouTube for other YouTubers to try and understand how they are in front of a camera, what I like about their videos, what I don't like, and obviously to give you the best content that I can. But I'd definitely say development, and that can be on any level. So like I've mentioned, if you want to learn a language, go and do that. There's apps like Duolingo and stuff like that. So yeah, that is number 4, develop. Number 5, this one is very easily done, and it's something you shouldn't do. It is beat yourself up. Like, everyone's in isolation. Today, I've done my walk, yes. Can I be bothered to exercise? Absolutely not. But I'm not going to beat myself up about it. And if you're watching this and think, oh, I haven't trained today, don't beat yourself up. It's natural to be unmotivated for a day or two. I think it's just so important it's a difficult time that no one's ever experienced before at the moment. So definitely don't beat yourself up if you have a shit meal or you haven't trained or you're not doing something that you've said you're going to do, because everyone has the odd day or two which is like that. Just make sure that the next day you get back on track and go from there, because I think it's very detrimental, especially in this time, to beat yourself up, because that could lead to mental health issues like depression and anxiety. It's a natural human need to go out and interact with people, and where we're not getting that at the minute, it is very easy to fall into a poor state of mental health, I think. So that is definitely the next point. Do not beat yourself up. Number 6, so a lot of people are working from home now, and I've been there myself. Like, I'll be on client calls and I literally will not move from the same position for hours, and that's just not good. Like, when do you not move? Like, even if you're working in an office in the city or wherever you are, you'll get up, make a tea, like, you'll get to work even. So I think even just make sure you carry on moving throughout the day. That's definitely a tip, because at the moment I'm having to go and see a physio this week because I've literally been stuck in the same position. So maybe I should take my own advice, but definitely number 6 is move more. 7, this is another health one, health related, massively key to keep your water up. I literally don't drink any water at the moment because I just think, oh, I'm stuck inside, and I can't bother to go to the tap and fill a pint glass up, which is a bit mad, really. I think when you work at a desk, or if that's what you do, I remember when I used to work in London, I used to always have water on my desk. So I was drinking water all through the day, every day. But even my girlfriend Sam, she says to me how little water she's drinking. So keep your water up, because that will suppress your hunger as well and stop you from going for those little nibbles in the cupboard. This one, I don't know if this is my OCD kicking in, but number 8 is stay tidy. Like, if you wake up in a shithole in the morning, like, your mood's already going to be like, not negative, but you're going to be in sort of a lazier mentality, I think, because there's already rubbish on the floor or whatever. So make sure your living space is tidy. If you've got cups of teas that you've been drinking on previous days, just wash them up at the end of the day or put them in the dishwasher, and just stay on top of that, because tidy house, tidy mind, and I think everyone is more productive when there is less clutter around. And last but not least, number 9, probably the most important one of them all. I am probably the worst person I've ever met at doing what I'm told. Like, if someone tells me to do something, I will literally just do the complete opposite, because I just hate being told what to do. But with this, the longer you don't do what you're told, the longer you'll have to be stuck in isolation or a lockdown. So just literally listen to whatever your government is telling you. So if they're saying go out in groups of 2, don't do like house parties and shit like that. I'm seeing, like, I saw back in the UK, they might ban the hour of exercise that people are allowed out of their house a day because people are going over parks and sunbathing. Don't be so narrow-minded and ruin it for everyone. So just adhere to the rules, and in no time we'll be allowed back out into normal life. But if you keep messing about and doing all sorts of things that you're not meant to be doing, then we'll be stuck in for longer. So as sad as it sounds, you are ruining it for everyone. So yeah, just make sure you adhere to the rules is number 9. So that's it, guys. That's my 9 rules of not to be a COVIDiot. Time is probably the most valuable commodity that anyone has. It's the only thing you can't get back in this life. So make sure you're making the most of the time that you have. Like, I'm 28, nearly like 3 decades into this world, and I've never known anything like this, where people have got so much time on their hands. So use it wisely. If you want to set up a business, go for it. Obviously, economically, the world's not in the best place, but just start something you love. I'm not saying that because that's my dream of starting businesses and doing whatever, but yeah, definitely use your time wisely, engage with people, cook, enjoy your family, stay healthy, and I think that'll do, to be honest. Thanks for watching the video, I appreciate it. If you're still here at the end, you're an absolute legend. Massive love for that. I'll see you in the next one. And yes, I know that I'm getting bunner and bunner by the day. This pubic beard that I'm growing is horrendous, and it is a beard, it's not just a handlebar moustache and shite here. The hair's getting a bit long, so I think, unfortunately for me, the home haircut video is coming very soon, so stick around for that.